Ivy, this is Anthony. How can I help you?
Anthony, the signs, well, they're not little, they're big and they're heavy, and that's the problem. Or I don't know if they're bolted down or what's going on, but I can't, like the parking placards. How the hell am I supposed to move these?
Why are you trying to move them?
Why? No, I can't. Are they bolted down or are they just weighted heavy?
Well, what are you trying to move them for?
Is it like a two-man job or how? Well, I don't want to do it wrong and have them tilt over on me and crush my legs or anything.
Well, no, yeah, but what are you moving our signs for?
Because they're too heavy. They're too heavy to do alone, I'm saying. That's why I called. I think they're too heavy to do alone. It's probably a team lift.
Right. Like, what's the purpose of moving the signs?
Oh, I'm sorry. To put it in a different place. Yeah.
Like, for what?
It'll be in a different place then.
Like, are you, working in our parking lot, or?
No. Why would I be working in your parking lot? What does that even mean?
I don't. Well, so, the handicap signs are, there for a reason, so
yeah,
I just want to...
How do you move them, though? Like, if I wanted to put it somewhere else, I'm saying.
Well, but why would you... do you have a purpose to, put it somewhere else, or...
Well, yeah, of course I do. Everything has a purpose.
Okay, so what's your purpose for moving our parking lot?
Can you give me? I'm giving you a little. Can you give me a little information, or how do I? So are you going to send a man or a woman or a person out here to help me lift it, or what?
Is it in the middle spot, or
Do you have a tool? Is there a tool we can use? Do you have a robot?
Well, is it in the way of a parking spot, or is it just you just want to move the sign?
It's in front of where the accessibility spots are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, it's too heavy.
Right.
Could you know if it's bolted down or what?
Well, we don't.
If I rock it, will it tip?
I mean, probably, but we have.
Do that then. Just rock.
Well, no, we have those signs out there for a reason, and I'm just wondering why you're trying to move it.
Well, I don't know if I tip it all the way over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drag it or not. It might be weight distribution might be different. That might work. You might be onto something here.
I would not recommend doing that.
Okay. Can we get the...
If I were you, I would just leave the sign right where it is, because that's kind of the reason why we have the sign there. And they're not really supposed to be moved.
We could stick a pallet lift under it. If you got one of those inside in the back room or anything, we could stick that, try and wedge that underneath it, and then lift it up that way with hydraulics and electronics and robots.
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
However, I need to know, do you have a legitimate, purpose for moving the sign, or are you just, trying to move it? Just because?
Yeah, it's in the way. It's not in the way, so to speak, but there's so many, because they're always, I come here a lot, and they're always right there. They're always right there. They're always right there. We could move them, I'm saying, almost anywhere, you know?
Well, no, because that's, the purpose of the, handicap spot is...
I'll just turn them then. You know how they're going so that they're, which one's parallel, which one's perpendicular? They're doing
No.
They're doing a T right now, and I want them to do an equals.
I just...
Or no, they're doing it equals, and I wanted to do a T. Whatever, I'm going to turn them a number of degrees so that they're facing a different direction. Is that okay if I can spin it?
I don't think that would warrant, or I don't think our store management would appreciate that very much.
Well, I don't appreciate them in the direction in the place where they are now, and I just want them to...
Yeah, but, that's unless you're, part of store management, or
so I got I got to apply for a job,
or you've been contracted through them to work on our parking lot.
So if I can get someone to pay me to do it, or if I get a job.
Well,
so basically, if I'm a professional, I can do it then.
Well, if you're a professional who's hired by our store directors.
Time out. What job would that even be? Just a professional placard mover, or what?
No, we'd do an asphalt company or something like that. Is we would contract them to be redoing our parking lot would be the purpose we'd move. But other than that, there's no real purpose to move those signs.
So I could get a job. Okay, I'm just trying to follow your logic here. It's confusing, but I'll write it down. I can either get a job there and work my way up to management, and then I'll be allowed to manipulate those signs however I see fit. Or if I get a job with some type of a contracting company and secure some type of a bid with your corporate office, then I can come in there and I'll be able to. I could probably take them home at that point, right?
No.
Or can I take them home if I get to be the store manager? Can I take them home with me then, or what? What about that?
Well, they would want to keep the signs, obviously, because like that's a legal requirement to have.
Yeah, but no, not if I'm the manager. You said I'd be able to do whatever I wanted. So does that, if I get to be the manager, that would include taking them home, right? To take the signs home with me.
Like, you can't do whatever you want as a manager. You can like influence the store's decisions, but like.
So also have to trick people. Like manipulate.
I mean, no.
I'm pretty good at that.
Because then. Well, yeah, but you wouldn't last very long as, like, the manager then. Like, you'd get fired.
For what?
For, like, manipulating people and, like, tricking them.
That's what a manager's job is to manipulate the employees into doing their job. Because otherwise they won't do it. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
You got to trick them and be like, oh, because I was a manager at middle management one time. And I'd always tell because I had all these high school kids, I'd tell them like, oh, if you don't do your job right, like there's vampires, and there could be vampires anywhere, and if you don't do your job right, like they might get your family, or there could be one in the store. And I'll tell you, those kids were never late when I was working my shift. Those kids would never be late because they didn't want vampires to like get their moms or anything.
Well, that's good that worked for you.
Yeah, but they didn't know because they're just fucking high school kids. They haven't learned yet that vampires aren't even real.
Right, obviously, but yeah, that's not how we manage here. Like our management is like decisions of the betterment of the store, and then people just show up and work, just to work.
And then like, what monsters like do you keep them scared of though? And if not vampires. Because I always had I would always like have wooden stakes, and I'd be like, here, take this just in case. I'd be like, here, take this home when you're going through the parking lot. Just take this with you. Be safe. I kept them really, really scared that way of vampires. But their moms.
Where were you managing at?
Their moms couldn't get mad, and their dads couldn't get mad because they're adults and they know that vampires are just from movies and stuff.
Right.
So it's not really you can threaten some. I could be like, oh, I'm gonna send a vampire to your house after work, and he's gonna eat you, and that's not a threat, not legally at least.
Sure.
Because the courts don't recognize vampires, so it can't be a threat if it doesn't exist. So that's why I would do that. Because if I told the kids, because I had tried this when I was at McDonald's, because I was a manager, and they kept vaping. They were vaping. They're doing it by the hood. They would vape by the hood. And I would tell them, you got to stop doing that, and you can't do that. Knock it off. You can't do that. Stop it. And I'd say to them, but they just wouldn't listen to me, and they just keep doing it and doing it. And so I did hit one of them one time, and I lost that job immediately.
Yeah, that would do it.
So then at Burger King, I just told them about McDonald's, and I lost that job too. Yeah. That's when I learned you have to threaten them with things that aren't like vampires or werewolves or not mummies.
Right.
Mummies are real. You got to be careful when you're threatening kids with mummies because mummies do exist,
Sure. Or just motivate them to do good work.
Well, if you mean by like, because if they're over 18, then yes, you can give them drugs and alcohol. Yes, after work, yeah, you're allowed to as long as you're off company property. Yes, that does work good, but you don't want to get caught buying beer for a 16-year-old. You get in big trouble for that.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta go and help another customer here, but my final advice.
Give me your final thoughts, and then I'll talk to the customer. Go ahead.
Yeah, my final thoughts is don't move our signs, please.
Oh, wait, I might though. I might just turn them. We agreed on turning them, so they're still. Like, if there was like a GPS tracker on them and you're tracking their location and tracking their whereabouts, making sure I didn't take them and tracking where they are until I work my way up the management chain, until I become the manager of the parking lot, and I work on my off days, and I work for the construction man, and I have a hard hat, and I come down there with my crane, and I have a porta potty, and I take it away. Until that day comes, I'll just turn them so they're still in the same place.
No, they got to stay like the way they're facing for a reason. Just leave them.
But they go towards like in relation to which way the sun goes, so you can turn them slowly. So they get lit.
That's not how that works.
They get lit by the sun that way, I think.
No, that's not how that works. But
I don't know. I'm high on mescaline.
Anyways, if this was a prank call, good job. That was a pretty good one.
Well, I love you. Thank you.
Yeah. So that was a very entertaining conversation.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your night.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.